I'm just going to really get to the point. I'm just going to explain to you what happened, because although I don't owe you an explanation, I feel that you've been on this journey with me so long, you deserve one. So, as you know, I had Ace for less than 2 years. And Ace died suddenly of a heart attack last year. About 7 weeks after Ace died, we rescued Sparrow. Sparrow was in bad shape when we got him. He was skin and bones. He had worms. He peed all over my house. He shit all over my house. And I sent him to the best trainer, the best veterinarian care. He ate prescription dog food with cereal and probiotic. I nursed that dog back to life. He was nothing like Ace. He was a pain in my ass, but I loved him. It took me a long time to get there. For some reason, Sparrow developed... Dobermans are Velcro dogs. They typically cling to one person. I was that person. He loved my husband. He loved my children. He loved this family. But that is not enough. Okay? This dog was very aggressive towards other children. Any other children that came into my house or into my yard, he wasn't just aggressive. He would try to bite them, like in the face. The first time it happened, you try to say, what was the child doing? Did the child provoke him? Was she touching his toys? Was she touching his food? The second time it happened, you go, what was the child doing? Was the child provoking him? Was the child touching his toys? Was the child touching his food? The third time it happened, you go to the trainers and you say, what do I do? What can I do? The bottom line is, I can't live in a home where the dog wants to bite children. Okay? We went to the trainers. We locked him up. We put him on a lead. We did all of those things. But the truth is, I have 3 young children who it is not fair for them to have to try to remember all the time, don't let the friends buy the dog, put the dog away, put the dog outside, put the dog in the cage, put your friend upstairs, put your friend downstairs, put the dog. That's not a way for children to live. And I travel too much and work too much to constantly be able to navigate that. The last 4 times, he went after somebody else's child, I was there. And I could grab him. We had too many close calls. Children with scratch marks, children with teeth marks that never punctured because I was able to grab him. And Michael said to me, and I agreed, God forbid this dog ever really bite somebody. We cannot keep him in our house. He goes to daycare every day. He goes to training. He is a wonderful, wonderful dog. I love him. Believe me. But I cannot have an 80-pound dog whose instinct is to bite a child in the face. If you don't get that, if your instinct is to say, don't give up on the dog, Jamie, then you're not hearing me. I stopped it 4 times. 4 times. And yesterday, I couldn't get to him in time. He was with me. He was by my side. All the kids were getting in the car to go to bingo. I didn't know there were any other children in my house. I was getting my shoes on. He was right next to me. And Charlie decided to come back up the basement stairs to get something. And her 6-year-old friend followed her up the stairs. And I heard it, and I couldn't get there in time. And you have no idea what it is like to see your dog on the face of a child. It is horrific. It is horrific. You want to know what will fuck you up? Listen to the sound of a dog biting a child. And then tell me, don't give up on the dog, Jamie. The fuck out of here. Get all the way the fuck out of here. When he released her, I had no idea what I was going to find. This is a baby. A baby. Do you know what a 6-year-old looks like? A baby. She literally tumbled down the basement steps to get away from him, and I wanted to die. I wanted to die. And the absolute saddest part is, he looked at me like, it's okay, Mom. I did it. I took care of it. He literally thought he was protecting Charlie. He didn't think he was doing anything wrong. As soon as he released her, he started wagging his tail. He looked at me like, look what I did. Everybody's safe. And I get it. He loves us. And he thinks he's protecting us. But I cannot have a dog in my home. So, Michael was in the basement. And he got to the child first. And she was holding her face like this, and all I could think was, dear God, don't let it be her eye. Because how do you call somebody's mother and say your dog bit their eye out? I was like, dear God, don't let it be her eye. Anything else, just not her eye. And she took her hands away. And she had 2 puncture wounds in her face where he bit her. Right next to her eye was a hole in her face. A hole in her face. And listen to me. This is not a Doberman thing. This is not a rescue thing. I rescued Ace. He was a Doberman. I rescued Marley, my other Doberman. Neither of them ever did this. This is a Sparrow thing. This is a dog thing. Any dog can bite. Any dog. A pedigree, pure breed dog that you pay $1,500 for, a rescue from a shelter. Any dog can bite. This is not a Doberman thing. This is not a rescue thing. This is a dog that will do much better at a home with no children. The decision was made the second he bit her face. It was not even an option for me. I will not keep a dog in this house that has proven to me he will bite children in the face. And you want to know something? Last night when the rescue group came to get him, I cried hysterically. I cried all night. My children cried themselves to sleep. But when the woman from the rescue came into my house last night to get him, he came around the corner and lunged at her for no reason other than she was standing next to me. He has never lunged at an adult, ever. And if I ever needed reassurance or a sign from God that I was making the right decision, I got it last night. And she said to me, I am fine. He scratched me, but I am fine. But if you need reassurance that you are making the right decision, this is it. To anybody, and I have plenty of messages from people saying, don't give up on him. Don't give up. He needs you. He loves you. I get it. I get it. I get why you don't want me to give up. You want the fairy tale. I'm not taking a chance with babies in my house. I have 3 children under 10 who want to have friends over. Babies who don't remember that the dog has to be put away, that the dog has to be put outside. It's not fair to them that they can't move around their house freely. Dogs are not meant to keep you prisoner in a home. If the dog does not contribute to the love and the joy in the house, you're missing the point. If a dog is dangerous for children and has proven they will bite, what kind of responsible parent would I be if I kept him in my home? What if it was your child? What if it was your child? Think about that. And I travel too much. I'm in LA all next week. How could I sleep or have any peace knowing that dog, what he did to that baby's face? And leave that on Michael? Put that on Michael? To not only take care of our house and take care of our kids, but now he's got to deal with the dog? Y'all, I love him. I am so sad. But until you hear your dog, the sounds that it makes, and you hear a baby scream, and you see a hole in her face, you don't get to tell me not to give up. You don't get to say that. I'm sorry, you don't. This isn't a dog who's shitting in my house. Okay, that I could deal with. But biting kids in the face? Nah, bro, you gotta go. I'm not that white chick. I love it. I get it. But I'm not the one. I gotta draw the line somewhere. And the next mother won't be so understanding. The next mother will be like, bitch, you knew. You knew what the dog was capable of, and you kept him in your home anyway. And you know what I would have to tell her? You're right. So I carried the baby home to her house. And her parents, thank God, this is my daughter's best friend. This is Charlie's best friend. So they know us. They know my dog. They were more understanding than I would be. But they did say that their daughter was not allowed to come to my house anymore until the dog was gone. And I said, I understand. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. I'm a Doberman person. That's the truth. I'm not really a dog person. I'm a Doberman person. I love Dobermans. I love rescues. I hope to rescue again. Michael is open to it. This isn't a dog. This isn't a Doberman thing. This isn't a, we understand this was not the right fit. But I'll never, ever be the person who chooses the dog over the kids. That'll never be me. So if you're looking for that, or if you need that, I can think of a few. Never mind. Let me not be shady. Let me just shut my mouth because I'm sad today and So, just so you know, Sparrow is with the Sweet Home Doberman Rescue and they love him and they are going to make sure that he finds a great home, the right home with people who don't have small children, maybe high school kids. You know, he does fine with big people. He does not do well with little people. Charlie is still sleeping. I would imagine when she gets up, she's going to be very sad. Listen, it's very sad. It's very sad. Nobody wanted it to end this way. Nobody. But dogs, while they are a member of the family, they are a liability. And if you are a responsible dog owner, you have to sometimes make excruciating decisions. And this one fucking sucked. It just sucked. And Dobermans are wonderful, amazing dogs. Amazing dogs. You guys know Ace? They're amazing dogs. But they are a working breed. And sometimes they become hyper vigilant about being protective over their pack. And that is a good thing when you're in the wild. It is not a good thing when you're in a home. It's just not. I'm sad. And I feel like I can't breathe. And I feel like, what the fuck? My first dog just dropped dead. This one had to go in 2 hours. Like, I can't catch my breath. But my kids come first. That is it. You bite somebody in the face, you gotta go. End of story. That's it. And I love rescues. I will rescue again. I love Dobermans. I would never put Sparrow down. Never. It didn't even cross my mind. Okay? It didn't even cross my mind. He will be rehomed. He's an amazing dog who will do wonderful with a family that doesn't have small children. In fact, if you have a home and you have no children, call Sweet Home Doberman Rescue. You will love him. He's a pain in my ass, but he's amazing. He just cannot be around small children. That's it. Tonight I have to take Olivia to Atlanta to see Taylor Swift. And I'm glad I'm getting the hell out of here. Because I need it. And I thank you for showing up for me. And I thank you for getting it. And I love you. And I know you love me. And this little girl will heal. You know, she's got bandages on her face. And her whole face is bruised. She looks like she was in a nasty fight. But she's a trooper. And she loves Charlie. And she's sad that we have to, you know, she feels terrible that we have to get rid of Sparrow because of, I said, baby, this isn't because of you. This has nothing to do with you. This is a dog behavior thing. It's not a good fit. But Charlie and this little girl have best friend necklaces. And Charlie was crying and her best friend kept saying, look, putting her best friend thing together. Look, we're still best friends, Charlie. And I was like, oh, this is too much for me. It's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. But I'm going to go before Charlie comes down so I can deal with her. I'm going to go do my radio show. But you know what, guys? Coffee talk is life. You know, this is life. Shit happens. Like, life can change in a minute. And I'm just so glad that the bite wasn't worse than it was. I just thank God that it wasn't worse. That it wasn't her eye or her eardrum. I'm just so thankful that it wasn't worse. Anyway, I love you all. Have a great, great day.